What if you could create one high ticket profitable program that served three different types of clients? Would that save you time? Would it make you more profitable? Would it give you more time off? Well, I'm going to be sharing with you in this video the 3-step framework that I used in my business to achieve exactly that. Let's dive into what those 3 steps are right now. To understand step number 1 in this framework, we first need to deal with the problem that I was having as a personal trainer when I first started personal training. And I didn't see this as a problem because it was fun, and what I was doing was offering my services to lots of different types of people. So I was offering Pilates, boot camps, massage, nutrition, sports conditioning. I was working as a sports therapist at a football club. I was offering so many different services. It was unbelievable. And for a period of time, I think it served my ego more than it served my bank balance. And whilst I was making kind of decent money, I was running around sometimes a bit like a headless chicken, never quite knowing exactly who I was servicing, but also it made my marketing more difficult because I was trying to market to maybe 6 or 7 different types of people. And the reality is you can't be, you can be a jack of all trades, but you'll be a master of none. So the first step in this framework, if you want to genuinely create a high ticket program that will be profitable and will serve 3 different types of people effectively, give you more time off, and just make life easy for you, is to niche down, to work with one specific type of person. Now, before you start shouting at the screen and saying, no, I don't want to do that, I've heard all this before, understand this. As I've just said, I didn't start out that way. I had to sort of find my feet, and over a period of time, I whittled it down until eventually I was working with busy professional women, typically mid-40s, looking to lose anywhere between 20 and 50 pounds in weight. Once I got that dialed in, it made my whole life so much easier. So that's step number 1 in the framework, niching down and working with a specific type of person. In my case, it's weight loss. Maybe different for you, but if it's weight loss, then what I'm about to share next will be absolute gold dust for you. Step number 2 in this framework is to create your flagship program. So I'm going to use weight loss as an example because that's what I did. So I'll use my own program as the example. So you're going to create a 52-week program. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of work, but you're not going to go into mega detail in terms of that. The 52-week program, you are going to call that, well, I called it anyway, I called it a lifestyle change. So what that program was about getting people started and getting them to lose a significant amount of weight, but also getting them to change their lifestyle habits over the course of a year. And that was justified because over the course of the year, for anybody you're working with, they're going to have certain ups and downs. They're going to have certain events that will happen, holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, Easter. All these things are going to happen. And over the course of a year, you can justifiably be saying, I'm going to help you to navigate all of these things over 12 months. Now, not everybody's going to want to buy into your 52-week program. That's not the point of creating it initially. The point of creating that is so that you can now break that program down into 6 months and 3 months. So again, to use my example, my 12-week program, which was a part of the 52-week program, I call that my weight loss kickstart. And that was designed to help women lose anywhere between 16 and 31 pounds in 12 weeks. So the clients that I got who were looking to lose that amount of weight, it would be no good me saying to them, hey, look, do my 52-week program, because they'll be like, well, hang on, I don't think so. I need to lose 16 pounds, it's not going to take me a whole year. Even 30 pounds wouldn't take me a whole year. It can for some people, but generally speaking, you'd like to do it quicker than that. So I would offer them my 12-week program. But here's the beauty. Once they've completed the 12-week program, guess what? They are still faced with all of those events I just mentioned a second ago. Christmas, Easter, birthdays, all those events are going to come up, and they're going to need to navigate their way through those things effectively. So having done the 12 weeks, it's a no-brainer for me to offer maybe the 6-month program, and indeed to take them all the way through to 12 months, just so they can develop the lifestyle skills to not only have lost the weight, but understand how to keep it off. But let's just say they don't want to do that, they stop at 12 weeks, that's absolutely fine, that client moves on. Let's say I now get a client in that wants to lose, let's say, 30 to 50 pounds. Well, clearly 12 weeks is not going to be the program for them. I'm going to be offering them the 6-month portion of my 52-week program. See how it's making sense now? So if they start off with the kickstart, which they might start off with, it's then a natural progression to move to 6 months because they know it's going to take that period of time roughly to lose the sort of weight they want to lose. And then they can be invited to do an additional 6 months, again, like I offered to the initial 12-week people, to develop their lifestyle skills, to be able to not only lose the weight, but learn how to keep it off long term. And if I then get a client in who needs to lose, let's say 50 pounds or more, then I can still offer them the 12-week program, but actually when I'm consulting with them, I'm going to offer them the 52-week program because that's what's going to serve them the best. But if they say, well, I don't want to commit to that length of time, that's fine. Let's get going with the 12-week program and let's assess it after 12 weeks. So you can see how by creating that 52-week flagship program, you can then break it down and you can have the same program that services 3 different types of clients. And each of those clients, in theory, could progress from one package, the 3 months to the 6 to the 12 months. Hopefully that's making good sense to you. Now, before I share the third step with you, just to help this make a little bit more sense for you and help you out a little bit more, I have put together some free training. It's on how to create, market and successfully sell your own high ticket fat loss program. I go through 12 steps of how to do it. There's a link around this video. You can click on it. Yes, you have to put your name and email in there. Yes, you will be on my email database list and you will get emails from me, but you can unsubscribe at any time. So find the link around this video at the end, click on that and access that free training today. Okay, let's dive into the third part of this framework then that's going to help you out. So this third step I'm going to share with you, plus an additional bonus step, so stick around to the end, that I'm also going to share with you as well. So the third step is how you bill clients for your services. Now, back in the day, personal trainers used to do either pay as you go or sell blocks of 10. I've done videos on this and I can tell you now, doing either of those two methods is an absolute nightmare. Pay as you go is mega unpredictable from week to week. What you're going to get, you don't really get commitment from clients. Selling blocks of 10, if you're seeing a client twice a week over 5 weeks, it means you're having to resell that block of 10 again. And if you've got, a dozen or so clients on your books that are on that kind of buy a block of 10 and they're all coming up to renewal, that's a heck of a week you've got in front of you of trying to potentially sell to people to sign up again. And you're having to do that throughout the course of the year. So rather than doing all that nonsense, the way that I sold my high ticket programs was either they paid up front and they got a small discount, and only a small discount, typically about 2%. And if they didn't want to do that, they would pay monthly, rolling, ongoing. And the beauty of selling either the upfront or the monthly ongoing is that once you've sold it once, that's it pretty much set up. They've set up there, I use Stripe to set up people's payment accounts. That's what I used. Once they've set that up, assuming they want to continue beyond 12 weeks or 6 months or beyond 12 months, then they just keep paying. You just agree they're going to continue and it's already done. The job's done. And when people get into the habit of paying things monthly, it's far easier to keep it going because people pay for their cars, their mortgages, their gas, electricity bills are paid monthly. So it's a natural thing for them to do. And if they're enjoying your service, getting the results, maintaining what they've achieved, then people are more likely to stick with you. Now, I said there's a bonus tip for you, and here's the bonus tip. And this is a really great tip. And again, this is something from a chap called Daniel Priestley. I didn't realize I was doing this myself and what he'd called it, but it's what I did in my business. And that was to create a program for your clients. So if you've had a client go through your, let's say your 12-week body transformation program where they've lost a lot of weight, they may want to take it up to another level. Or maybe they've done 3 months with you or 6 months and they've achieved their results and they want to go to another level. So what I did was I created something called the Viper program. And the cool thing about the Viper program was essentially it was my training and people training alongside me. And there's a whole story about how I created this initially. I won't go into that in this video, otherwise it becomes too long. But what I'm basically saying is you can create your highest level training where you as a personal trainer saying, hey, look, if you want to get these sort of results, maybe you want to do some physique modeling or something like that, I've put together this program. I think you'll be right for it. You're going to be training alongside me. So you'll be doing what I do. I'll give you a really good insight into my diet as well. And you can actually sell this to people. And I used to work with people on a one-to-one basis. I also used to run groups of 1 to 4 people on my program. And I could sell that at a high ticket price. And the revenue that I generated from that was quite considerable. And I did the same program online as well, so it works incredibly well. Now, if you've enjoyed this training, check out the video on screen now, which is going to help you even further to be able to develop your high ticket fat loss program.